Hello everyone, my name is B, and today I'm going to be talking about the UEFA Conference League. Um, it's been very entertaining watching the quarterfinals, with some good scorelines, I would say. Definitely entertaining. First, we got AZ Alkmaar versus Shakhtar, and obviously Shakhtar go through with the previous advantage they had, winning, what was it, 3-0 at home. And on the away side, they tied 2-2. Very interesting game. Um, Florentina versus Crystal Palace. Florentina did win their game. Surprisingly, I had Crystal Palace going through, but they won their game. Unfortunately, they won't be going through either way just because um, Crystal Palace already won 3-0 at the previous game. So the semifinal will be Shakhtar versus Crystal Palace. Very interesting to see that one. I would say it'll probably be Crystal Palace going through. I'm not too sure. Is Shakhtar stacked like Galatasaray? I'm not sure. I'll have to look at their squad. Um, on the other side of the bracket, we have Athens or AEK Athens. My bad. Versus Rayo Vallecano. Um, don't sh- don't know if I pronounced that right, but unfortunately, Athens was kicked out. I say unfortunately because Athens has Oriben Pineda, very good Mexican player. I like him. Um, not to the fact that I am Mexican, but yeah, I watched the game from over here in North America, and they played well. They won 3-1, but unfortunately, since the previous leg they had lost, the aggregate makes it 3-4 in favor of Rayo. So Rayo will go through. And on the other side, it is Strasbourg versus Mainz, which surprised me, man. Surprised me. Because Mainz won their previous game 2-0, and Strasbourg came to win 4-0 with a red card given to Mainz. I had honestly thought Mainz was going to go through. The German side did look stronger, in my opinion, but through that game, I was proven wrong. So the semifinal on the other side will be Rayo Valenciano versus Strasbourg, the French team. Very interesting. Now you may ask, you were just talking about the Champions League. Why are we talking about the Conference League now? One, I think it's important to talk about because it is a European competition and a tournament. Um, Maybe the Valor isn't as great as the Champions League or the Europa League, but it should be definitely in discussion if you care about European football at all, or if you find your team in the tournament. It's going to be very interesting football, in my opinion, just because definitely that Shakhtar and Crystal Palace game. But if Strasbourg keeps that up, that winning mentality of 4-0, like we might be in for a cracker of a final. Um, and yeah, I honestly want to talk about it just because of concept of like building up European football, and it does really say a lot about the leagues because most of these teams in these leagues are lower placed. Like Fiorentina is the bottom half of the Serie A. Crystal Palace is the bottom half of the Premier League. Rayo probably the bottom half, and Strasbourg same. Mainz definitely bottom half of Bundesliga. But even that they are the bottom half of their teams, they still compete with each other in ways that um, I would say at least say something about the league, right? Or maybe the identity of the team. But I like to think a bit more as these leagues are competing against each other. It's always in discussion that if the Premier League is the best or most competitive, and people say no, La Liga is just as competitive, if not bigger than the Premier League, and usually the Italian, the German, and the French league get kind of thrown to the side as like, okay, these are the leagues that will make up for like third, fourth, and fifth for the top five leagues in Europe. But looking at what we have here, I think it would say some. Um, just because Fiorentina obviously don't go through, but they still win the match against Crystal Palace. I think that should stand for something there at least. A Turkish team beats a Dutch team, which I don't know. In my mapping of the thing in my head, I thought the Dutch league were a little bit better than the Turkish league, but a point for the Turkish league right here as Shakhtar goes through. A Greek team versus a Spanish team. A Greek team beats the Spanish team, but unfortunately the Spanish will go through. And then this is what kind of surprised me here. I really expected for the German team to beat the French team. Unfortunately, Strasbourg was on their game today, and I don't even mean it. Unfortunately, 4-0 is a great win for them, and I guess it'll mean something for Mainz to work on. But yeah, who do you think is gonna go through between Shakhtar and Crystal Palace? I would say Crystal Palace, just because I like the squad that they have. Shakhtar I'm not too familiar with. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because I watch the Premier League a little bit more, but definitely would be some talks if Shakhtar goes through to the final instead. Um, I want to hear a discussion. What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think is going to win? Is there a standout player in your eyes that think you would would think would control the show? And Rayo versus Strasbourg, I think I think Strasbourg would go through. Um, the French team from that 4-0 to the German team, I feel like they have that momentum and they can keep it up. Um, yeah, I don't really see Rayo going through on this one. Um, in my opinion, maybe I'll be proven wrong with the limited knowledge I have from across the world, but I think it would be Strasbourg versus either Shakhtar or Crystal Palace in that final. But who do you want to see? Let me know if you think this is um, what is it like futile to discuss that, oh, it's not going to be entertaining football, or just stick to Champions League coverage. I want to talk about these lower tournaments because they have talent, they have potential. Crystal Palace is a good team. Fiorentina is a good team. Same with Athens. I like that team. Mons and Strasbourg was supposed to be a close matchup in my mind, but unfortunately it didn't span out like that. Um, but I just want to talk about this because this is Europe. This is European football. Europe is one of the biggest environments for football, or kind of ecosystem, and it's another tournament for a trophy to win. If it's a big thing for Jose Mourinho, it should be a big thing for people who watch European football. And yeah, I just want to talk about that, shine some light on it. I'm gonna probably cover Europa League as well, and then I'm not sure if I should make two videos or just one video for the CONCACAF. It's basically our version of the UEFA organization over here in North America. If I should do one in English and in Spanish, I don't really know what audience I appeal to yet, but obviously the Mexican league over here is very big. If I should make a separate video for that, for one in Spanish or one in English, or a separate channel. But let me know if you are watching and you prefer a language. Let me know what would you like it, to hear it on. Maybe you're someone who doesn't speak Spanish but still wants to hear about the in-depth analysis of the CONCACAF. Let me know and I'll speak it in English for you. But until then, um, keep a lookout for more videos. And like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. Adios.